Hello. We live in a world dominated by people trying to influence us. So we're going to talk about critical thinking skills. And I start off with Occam's razor. The simplest explanation, the one that requires the least number of assumptions, is probably, most likely, the right one. The most fundamental test of anything you're being told: who benefits? Pro bono. And that's most often a sub-question that says follow the money, because most often it's all about money. Somebody somewhere is making a profit out of getting you to think a particular thing. Next, we can say, what am I not being told? In art, we have a concept of negative space. You can draw two trees, and they look like two trees, but there's a third thing in the picture, and that's the space between the two trees. So, what aren't you being told? And there's a famous story that Sherlock Holmes, the mystery of the dog that didn't bark. He solves his crime by realizing that when somebody broke in, the dog didn't bark. The fact the dog didn't bark indicates that the dog knew the intruder. Then we can ask, why now? What's significant in the moment? And that's the question of a good day to bury bad news. The government waits for Friday just before the Easter recess to let you know the things that they have to let you know, but they don't really want you to concentrate on. They want you to be thinking about something else. And when there's a big disaster, cynically, the government communications people might decide this is a good day to bury bad news, because the headlines are going to be full of the disaster and not of our disaster. Another government hiding ploy, being economical with the truth. Sounds very nice, doesn't it? Doesn't sound like you're doing anything wrong. Being economical, that's a good thing, but it's the truth you're being economical with. So they're using obfuscation, a way of saying things that conceals the real meaning of what they're saying. Now, we've all heard about the dead cat, and that's the system of distraction. If people are getting too close to thinking about what you don't want them to think about, then you toss a dead cat on the table, something that's attention grabbing. So what's the self-interest angle of what somebody's saying? Because their credibility depends on you understanding that. So there we are. That's the end of it then. Complete list of the critical thinking. There we go. Bye-bye.